Hello, students. My name is Lisa Acuna. I am the virtual librarian for Key West University. And today we are going to be looking at a business database which is available through Learn called ABI Inform Collection Database. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And this is the website address that you need to navigate towards in order to access Learn. So here's the website address I have included in the slide. Go ahead and write this down very write it down exactly. Make sure you have HTTPS in the website address when you write it down. And then this is the login and this is the password. Please do not share this information with anyone else outside of Key West University. This is just for students. Okay, let's move on and go ahead and log on to Learn. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let me see. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and log in to Learn. And as shown on the previous screen, this is the login information that you'll need to log into the databases. Up at the top here, I'm going to navigate to the business databases. These are the databases that are going to be most useful for students doing research for their classes. And for today, we're going to look at the ABI Inform collection, which is up in the upper left-hand corner under the Business Database tab. If you hover your mouse over it, it will give you a description of the database and what is included in that database. So this is a very comprehensive database, which also includes both ABI Inform Dateline and ABI Inform Global. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and we're going to get started. And what I always recommend to students is to click on an advanced search here up above the search box. So once you've done that, then we can begin our searching. I have some specific terms that I am going to search. Today, we're going to be looking at branding, brand personality, brand identity, and customer loyalty. The first search I want to do is on brand personality and brand identity. When you're searching, you can search over, if you look over on the right hand side, anywhere is the default. So anywhere would be like a keyword search. You can also do a subject search, which is a little bit more exact. But for our purposes, I'm going to choose anywhere. And then if you want to do an exact phrase search, so you do a search and all of the words that are included in the quotation marks are included, you can type in brand personality in quotation marks. And then we're going to combine that here. If you can see the and button, this is called a Boolean operator. So we can do a search with and or not. So if we did a search, it would be brand personality and brand identity. So it would search on both of those terms. We could also search brand personality or brand identity, and it would search on either of those terms. And then we could also search brand personality, not brand identity, and it would only search on brand personality. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to do a search today on brand personality and brand identity. And again, I'm going to keep it to keyword search only. I want to limit to full text only. I also want to exclude wire feeds. I want the full articles to come up. For publication date, I'm going to choose the last 3 years. And there's some other information that you can input here. If you happen to know the company name, or any of this other information, you can type that in. If you don't and you wanted to look up any of this information, you can certainly do that. So for example, if you wanted to look up Apple Computer, you could click here, choose Apple, and it would insert that information in that search box there. And over on the left-hand side, you can also select source type. So if I click here, it will select all of these materials. So if you look at the list, you could continue to scroll down beyond what you see here. You look at the list, you can search on everything from blogs and podcasts to books, dissertations, and theses. The document type is also something you can limit to as well. And then you can also select language. So whatever language you're most comfortable using, for our purposes, I'm going to select English. And then I'm just going to arrow down and select English only. For the document type, I think I'm just going to click on select all. And then for the source type, I am going to just select all. For the time being. At the next screen, we can actually change that information. Okay. If I scroll up, I can click on my green search bar, and I'm getting 210 results, which is pretty standard. If you look over on the left-hand side, if you also wanted to select peer-reviewed, you could. Peer-reviewed articles are articles that have been reviewed by colleagues in the author's field. So they're like a vetted article. If you scroll down here for the source type, sorry, let me cancel out of that. Okay. For the source type, we can select scholarly journals, newspapers, trade journals, dissertations and theses, and there are other things here as well. For our purposes today, I want to exclude trade journals, conference papers and proceedings, dissertations and theses, other sources, blogs, and then we're going to search scholarly journals, newspapers, magazines, and reports, and I'm going to click on apply. And under the source type, the articles or the source types rather that are not being searched are crossed out. So you can see here under publication date, we're searching the last 3 years. So that's 2021 through 2024. You can limit by publication title, document type, subject, location. For our purposes, I'm going to just select United States. Okay, so we've selected United States. And then for language, I'm going to select English. So if you can look up in the upper left-hand corner, what you can see here is the search that we have completed. We are searching brand personality in quotation marks and brand identity in quotation marks. And we are not searching trade journals, conference papers and proceedings, dissertations and theses, other sources, as well as blogs, podcasts, and websites. We're searching for articles from the United States, and we're searching for articles in English. So over on the right-hand side, what happens is the most relevant articles show up at the top. If you look over on the left-hand side, you can sort it by relevance, by oldest article first or most recent first. So typically you would want to leave this on relevance because that is basically the most relevant articles are going to show up at the top of the screen. So let's go ahead and click on the first one. As you can see here, that it looks like this article is available to translate also. If you need to translate that, you can certainly select language to translate it to. So that's an option. It's giving me the abstract, and then it's going into the bulk of the article. So over on the left-hand side, you can also click on full text PDF. So if I go ahead and do that, we see the article itself. It looks like it may have been published in Hong Kong. So when we chose United States, this article came up. That was published in Hong Kong. It looks like it's based in Thailand. So just be aware of when you do your searches, if you notice things like that. If your professor has requested that you only search on articles from the United States, which may not be the case, but just be aware of that. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the full text. And as you can scroll down over on the right hand side, I also want to show you there are a list of suggested sources that you can also look at as well. So those would be articles that would be similar to this type of article. And then you can also further limit by searching with indexing terms. So for the location, Thailand is listed. We can change it back to United States. We could also change it to brand identification and personality, or we could choose brand image and brand identification, United States. Let's go ahead and do that. And now I'm coming up with 345 results. Over on the left-hand side, I want to make sure I click on exclude wire feeds and then full text only. And now what I'm coming up with is 261 results. You can see in the upper left-hand corner. If I click on the first link here, this is that, it looks like it's that same article that we had pulled up. I want to show you some more features in the upper right-hand corner. You can click on the download PDF. You can click on the cite button. And if you choose cite, you can locate the citation style you want to use. Probably you would be choosing APA 7th edition. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Then what you can do is copy and paste this into your references page. If you are using a different citation style, just double check with your instructor and see what they want you to use. You can then copy and paste that into your bibliography or references page. So that's easy to do. What you can also do is copy the URL if you want to pull that up in another screen. And then there are some other options here as well. If you click on all options, and then you can save it to the cloud as well. Under cloud saving, you could save it to Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive. Those are both options. And then you could reference the article or articles at a later time. It might be a good idea to create a folder for each of your papers in Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive, and then save the articles to that folder so you can reference those at a later time. So I'm going to go ahead and click on close. And let's go back to the results. And you can kind of just go through these different articles that have been displayed and just find the ones that are going to be most relevant for you. What I think I do want to do is go ahead and click on more again. And I want to exclude trade journals and conference papers and proceedings. And then we're coming up with that same article that had displayed earlier. Here's something on rebranding a corporate image. If you were doing a search on rebranding, that might be relevant. Let's see. There's an editorial, so that would not be something that would be relevant, or useful. So when we clicked on those subject um, keywords in the lower right hand corner, what it did is it like reset the search. So we would have to change the publication dates again. We would have to change the location and the language again if we wanted to come up with that search we had seen initially. So just be aware. Let's go back again to that one article. Just be aware if you click over in the lower right-hand corner where it says search with indexing terms, if you click on the subject and location, what it will do is it will reset the search. So then you'll have to go back to the previous page and change the publication date range again, and change the location as well as the language. So hopefully this gives you an introduction to ABI Inform collection. As you can see, what it has done in the search box is this is a structure that the search engine has put together. So it's searching on the exact subject for this particular one, because we refined our search and we revised the search, and it's searching under our exact subject for brand identification, and then it's searching for United States. Um, so if we go back, you can also click on modify search in the upper right hand corner here. And then you can change that around by going into an advanced search, and then you can redo the search if you need to. I just want to show you, it does give the description again of the database. The subject coverage is listed over here on the left. And then these are the three included databases within this database. Another thing is ABI Informed Collection can also be searched and is also part of ProQuest Central. ProQuest Central is a more broad database that includes lots of good subject material outside of the business realm, as well as business related materials as well. So that is it in terms of today's instruction. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Let me pull up this slide again real quick. I didn't list my email address on the page, but it's lacuna@kwu.org. And thank you very much.